Alright guys, so today we are going to be doing CHING number 20. So as I was compiling my list of 50 things, there were a lot of high-priced items that went out for this CHING. So I am excited to share with you what has been selling for me. So let's start off with what we ended at in our last CHING. I stopped at a coffee mug. This one was made by Maple City Pottery. It had a fish on it and it said Yellow Breeches Creek. And that's actually a creek I think that's semi-close to where I live, so that's probably why I found it in my area. But it did sell to a subscriber for $19.99. So let's see, our next thing was a pillowcase. I picked this up at a thrift store. I think I paid like 50 cents for it, maybe even a quarter. I know it was super cheap, but it was by someone named Sandra Boynton. So I guess she is an illustrator. The pillowcase sold for $15.99, and when I looked up Sandra Boynton, it seemed like some of her things were selling pretty decently, so just something to maybe keep an eye out. I know it was a cat print, and I know, well, I can't say everyone loves cats. I don't see how not everyone can love cats because cats are amazing, but you know, anyone who is a cat lover probably got a kick out of that pillowcase. Next was an otagiri, am I pronouncing that right? Otagiri, a little dish. I picked this up at Goodwill, probably for like $1.99. I can't imagine it would have been any more than that. And it sold for $12.99. So I don't really know if that would have been considered like a teacup saucer, or I think I listed it as like a little trinket dish. But I really liked the print on it. Next was one of those aromatherapy pillows. I got 3 of them at a yard sale for $1 a piece. And in my mind, I was thinking I would sell them for like $9.99. And so far, that is what's happening. I sold this one for $9.99. So it's kind of just like a little pillow you'd put over your eyes that have these like aromatherapy beads in to like kind of help you fall asleep kind of thing, or just relax you. If anyone ever has problems falling asleep at night, after my mom passed away, I could not sleep. Like, I went through this whole phase where I just tossed and turned all night long, and it was the most absolutely horrible thing not being able to fall asleep at night. The one thing that helped me, and to this day, if I play it, I am out in like not even 5 minutes. I'll leave a link to the YouTube video that helped me, but I think it's anything with alpha waves is what they're called, because if you have an Alexa, I'm trying not to get her to talk, but if you tell her to play an alpha waves music at night, I mean, I am out within seconds. I don't know what it is about alpha waves, but they put me under so quickly. So just a tip, if anyone has problems falling asleep at night, just listen to something like that. Next, this was a massager I purchased at a thrift store for $3. It was just an older massager by Windmere, and it sold for $39.99, so that was awesome. I liked the fact that this one was still in its box and it had all of its attachments and things like that, but I would consider picking up other, you know, massagers even without the box. I think some of them can still really do well. I sold that Rigu can music box, the little dancing can girl that I got at a yard sale, and this was one of those things where it's like I wanted to keep it because it was so awesome, but I did sell it and it sold for $59.99. So I do have like a little video of it playing, so if I feel like I need to watch it again, I can just go watch my video. Let's see, the next thing was a Jimi Hendrix shirt. Eric picked this up at Community Aid, I believe. It wasn't like a vintage shirt or anything like that. It was kind of one of those reproductions, and that sold for $20.99. I sold a Henry Bendel purse. I got this at a yard sale a while back. I've had it for a little while. It took a while to sell, but if you ever come across anything Henry Bendel, whether it's a purse or something else, definitely pick it up. The stuff is, did you just hear that? I got it CHING. That's awesome. But if you see anything Henry Bendel, pick it up. It is an expensive brand. This purse I sold for $89.99. I think I paid maybe $3 for it. It was no more than $5 that I paid for it. Very nice purse. It was beautifully made and kind of like on the heavy side as well. Next was a vintage clown ashtray. Ashtrays for me, I feel like some of them sell, some of them take a while to sell, and then some I feel like I have a hard time selling. I just sold a cigar ashtray the other day, so I feel like that's something maybe that sells quicker, because like Eric listed it, and it's like, I think it sold either the same day he listed it or the following day, so pretty quick. But this little clown ashtray, I got it at a Fill-A-Bag rummage sale, and it sold for $15.50. I sold a Russian Matryoshka candle holder, if I'm pronouncing that right. I got that at Goodwill. Can't remember what I paid. I want to say maybe $4.99, and that sold for $42.99. It was copper plated. It was a really nice candle holder. I sold a floral top by a company called CC. I originally purchased this top for myself at a yard sale, but I didn't like how it looked on me, so I sold it, and it sold for $11.99. I probably paid like a quarter or 50 cents for it. I sold a necklace by a company called Plunder. I had never heard of the company before purchasing this necklace. I got it at a yard sale for 25 cents, and it sold for $15.99. It was a really nicely well-made necklace, so if I would ever see anything by that company again, I would definitely pick it up. I sold a pair of Aviva shorts for $9.99. So as with every cha-ching, I always have a couple of clothing pieces in here that sell for just really cheap, because I'm trying to get them out of my inventory. Okay, so this next one was really exciting for me, because if you guys remember when I purchased it, I was a little scared because, you know, watching my videos, I am hesitant about gambling with money as far as spending a lot on something and not knowing if I'm going to make it back and kind of make a good profit off of it, kind of thing. But these were for a set of PlayStation Moves, and I knew that these were selling really well before I bought them. I found them at a yard sale. They were priced $30 each, so $60 for buying both of them. And you guys also know that I have a hard time asking less from people when I'm yard selling, because I got that guilty conscience, because I know I'm just gonna go and resell it for way higher than what I'm paying for it, kind of thing. But I did ask if they would consider $40 for the pair, and the lady had to ask her son, because that's who they belong to, and he said $45 was the lowest he was gonna go with them. So he let me have them for $45, and I sold them for $134.99. So PlayStation Moves are really hot right now. The PlayStation 5 is going to be coming out soon, and the Moves work with the new system, and I don't know, for whatever reason the PlayStation Moves are hot. But at the time, it's like I knew that they were selling, but I was scared to gamble my $45, and because you just never know after you buy something, if by the time you get it listed up, if like 10 other people are racing to the bottom with the price, and then boop, there goes what you thought was a good deal. So that's why I'm always like hesitant about spending so much on something, but I'm so thankful that it all worked out in the end, and I was pretty happy with that flip. Pretty proud of myself for that one. Next was a Ping golf club. Eric sold this for $31.99. This was he had purchased, and if you guys watch all my videos, he had purchased in one of my yard sale hauls a golf club set for $25, and this one was in with that set but didn't go with it. It was just, you know, a random club. So he sold that for $31.99, and then he ended up selling the golf club set on Facebook Marketplace, and he got a lot of money for that golf club set. I forget exactly what. I think it was 100 something. But he's been selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace a lot and is having really great success. He has more success on Facebook Marketplace than I ever have. I'm normally a buyer on there and not a seller, but he's been trying to save up for the PlayStation 5, and he wanted new headphones and stuff like that, and he ended up getting as much as he wanted so far with just selling on Facebook Marketplace, so that's really awesome. Next was another really good sale. I sold that Flowbee personal hair cutting system. You guys know I got this at the auction. We haven't really been going to the auction as much as we had been. Sometimes like the prices go up so high at the auction. There are a lot of other resellers there, and they will bid stuff up super high to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you even know if you're gonna make that back on the item, kind of thing. Like, I think they just get too in the mood and just go too crazy sometimes. But this Flowbee, if you guys know, if you watch my videos, how I've mentioned, like, there's 2 rooms to the auction. So that day I had Eric stay in that room because I told him, win this Flowbee for me, I want that Flowbee. And then I went to the other side and I bid on stuff myself of things that I wanted over there. So he did end up winning the Flowbee. I can't remember exactly what he ended up winning it at, because it doesn't go by certain things. Like, you just get first pick off of like a table where other stuff is. So there's no saying someone else wanted that same item, but he wasn't gonna risk it, so he bid it up, I think, to I want to say $25, somewhere around there, maybe 24. So he won the Flowbee at that amount, $24.25, and we sold it for $189.99. So that was a great sale. I knew Flowbees were worth money before this, but because of the coronavirus and people not being able to get to the salons to get their hair cut, they became even more desirable. So that was a great sale. I was so excited about that. Next was an Ivy and Laurel top. I think I got this out of like a fill-a-bag rummage sale. Did I say Ivy and Laurel? I meant Lucy and Laurel. I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes. Anyway, that sold for $12.99. This one was also a really good sale. I sold a lot of Bounty paper towels, and I feel like I had gotten a cha-ching from this sale when I was recording one of my cha-ching videos, and I mentioned it in that video, but for those who maybe didn't see that cha-ching, so I had gotten some comments before about the paper towels, people thinking that like I was price gouging because of the virus and having, you know, household items priced so high, but that's not the case. Bounty paper towels with Dawn, specifically the ones with Dawn in them, discontinued, very hard to find, and very, very highly sought after. So if you find these, maybe you're at a yard sale and it's being done by an extreme couponer who has a lot of back stock on household things like that, definitely pick them up. I got these off of Facebook Marketplace. I feel like I paid $20 for the lot of them, maybe $25 at the most, but not more than that. And they sold for $99.99. So that was really awesome. I was excited about that. I told Eric, because this was, we were over the paper towel shortage. You guys remember the paper towel shortage, but I told Eric, I was like, maybe I should just hang on to these in case we can't find paper towels anywhere. But it all worked out in the end. So that was a really good sale. Next was a pair of men's buckle Tyler jeans. I just got these at the last Flowbee rummage sale that I went to, and they sold for $29.99. I think I have one more pair that's listed that hasn't sold yet. I sold a Signs of the Zodiac necklace pendant. I got this at a yard sale for 25 cents. I thought it was really unique and interesting, and unique usually sells, and that sold for $21.26. I also sold a handmade in Mexico pottery vase. I got this at Goodwill. Probably paid $3.99 or $4.99 for it, and it sold for $15.99. Next was a BOC Born Concept charging wristlet. So this was like a little wristlet that you could actually charge your phone in when you have your phone in it. I got that at a yard sale for $1. It was new with the tags, and I sold it for $19.99. I sold a men's button-up Cumberland Outfitters shirt for $18.99. That cat canvas tote I recently got at a yard sale. I feel like I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $15.99. A pair of Bill Blass bibs. I feel like I say all the time, if you see bibs, buy the bibs, because bibs sell. Every single pair of bib overalls I've purchased to resell have sold. So just saying. I got these for $1 at a yard sale, and I sold them for $24.99. Next was this really adorable kitty cucumber plush. I got this at Goodwill, I think for $1.99. This was a while back because I actually hung on to her because I loved her so much. I just thought it was like the cutest plush ever. But apparently kitty cucumber stuff is collectible. People are into collecting kitty cucumber. I guess there's like little ceramic figures and stuff like that that you can purchase. Anyway, it sold for $15.99 for a little plush, so that was exciting. I sold a Harley Davidson women's top for $15.99. I was just telling Eric the other day, like, I always see people saying like they sell like Harley Davidson shirts and stuff like that, like all the time kind of thing. And I always feel like everyone I post like never really sells. So I sold that one, and then just the other day I sold another one. So they are going, but at a slow pace. I sold a vintage Popples. I actually got this out of a free box at a yard sale. Can't beat free. It was a little dingy. I cleaned it up and sold it for $19.99, so that was awesome. Next thing I got at a Flowbee rummage sale, it was a Myrtle Wood perfume vial. So essentially, I just watched an episode of Pee Wee Herman last night, if you guys remember Pee Wee's Playhouse. And you know when they say the word of the day and then everyone screams? That's what you should do when you watch my videos and you hear me say essentially. I didn't realize that I say it a lot, and now like every time Eric hears me say it, he like repeats me. So anyway, this Myrtle Wood perfume vial was like this really pretty wooden vial, and when you took the top off, like the perfume was inside this glass vial that sat inside. There was no perfume left in the vial, but people still purchase the wooden pieces because you could refill it with any kind of perfume, you know what I mean? And that sold for $12.99. So like I said, I got that from a Flowbee rummage sale. Next was a little Occupy Japan ceramic donkey. I got this for $1 at a yard sale and sold for $9.99 to a subscriber. Next was a Lily by Fermiana dress. That sold for $19.99. This next thing was a set of, I always call it Gavinci, but I know that's not how you pronounce it. Flower plates. I got these at a yard sale for $1.50 and they sold for $25.99. So I think those were kind of like a maybe gift with purchase if you bought a perfume. Like this would have been years ago because these were definitely like older plates, maybe from the 90s. So yeah, I was excited for that. They were still new in the box and I didn't look them up before I purchased them. I thought they were really, really pretty. So I got them, took a chance for $1.50 and they ended up selling well. Next was a Bath & Body Works Midnight Pomegranate perfume. Got that at a yard sale for $2 and sold it for $12.99. So not a whole lot, but I like to pick up perfumes. So it's just something that I enjoy reselling regardless of, you know, what it's making me. Next was a little bowl made in Holland. It was a Delft Blue Holland bowl. Got this at a yard sale. Sold it for $9.99 to a subscriber. Can't remember what I paid for it. Probably like a quarter, 50 cents. Maybe $1 at the most. Another thing that we got at the auction, this was a while back. I had it for a while, but it finally did sell. It was an oil burner, but it was made using ash from the Mount St. Helens volcanic eruption. So it was just really cool and unique, super pretty, and that sold for $25.99. I sold a Disney Beauty and the Beast Belle ceramic figure for $15.99. Probably got her for $1 at a yard sale. A pair of Guess sunglasses. Funny story, I got these at a yard sale and I asked the guy who was putting the yard sale on how much the sunglasses were. And no lie, he's like, I have no idea where those came from. You can just have them. So that was pretty awesome. So I got those for free and sold them for $23.99. A men's Karl Lagerfeld cologne sold for $19.99. Got that at a yard sale for $2. A men's Levi's Pearl Snap button-up shirt. I love selling the Pearl Snap button-up shirts. I always have. This one sold for $14.99. I sold a Disney Tigger mug for $15.99 and I got that at a yard sale pretty recently for $1. I think I had someone commented on one of my videos saying that they have a hard time selling mugs. I do have some mugs that sit for a while, some that haven't sold. So, I mean, I don't sell like a ton of mugs, but I would say like just as a suggestion for mugs to look out for, ones that particularly seem to sell well for me are definitely Disney, Starbucks, or just anything that's like really unique. So those are the ones that I would definitely look out for. And Ray Dunn would be another one to look out for. So just a little tip of like mugs to look out for. Next was a set of 3 Duralex amber bowls. I got a big stack of these at Goodwill for, I want to say $4.99, $5.99. So I've been putting these in lots of 3 and I had a lot sell for $19.99. This was another lot of 3 things. These were those lawnwear camper lights. Eric also has a larger set on. Eric also has a larger set for sale, but he was thinking, and me too, we're thinking that maybe someone might not want that many. So he did do a lot of 3 and those ones sold for $59.99. So that was super exciting. And like I said, we have other ones more that haven't sold yet. So I don't know if he's going to put those into lots of 3 or not. I sold a vintage Wrangler set of, a set. I sold a vintage Wrangler pair of pants for $19.99. Those came from that big lot of vintage Western wear that I had purchased a while back. I still have yet to list all of that, but stuff is going out from that. Next was a little elephant figure. This went to a subscriber and it sold for $9.99. I think I got that at one of the last church yard sales that I had gone to. I sold a Dooney & Bourke Wayfair purse for $15.99. I had this bag for a while. I feel like the Wayfair line from Dooney & Bourke is really not all that popular, or so it seems to me. I probably paid like $1 for it at a church yard sale, so still didn't pay much for it, but I don't know if I necessarily pick up something from that line of Dooney & Bourke in the future. Next was a J.G. Hook horse scarf. I got this at a yard sale. It was a really pretty scarf, and that sold for $24.50. The next set of things are all of those Christmas corsages that I purchased at that barn sale. I put them all up at auction for a $9.99 starting bid. So the first one I have is a pink corsage that sold at the $9.99. I have one of the red corsages, again that sold for $9.99. I have a blue corsage. This one actually sold for $13.50. One of the other pink corsages sold for $15.75, and that one went to a subscriber. And then I also had another red corsage that sold for $9.99. So it was just slightly different than the other red colored one. I still have one more, and what's interesting to me is the one that I have left is a gold one. And the gold, the one that I have left, was my favorite. And I just couldn't believe that nobody wanted that one because I thought that one was the prettiest. So that one's still for sale in my store. I think I did put that up as a buy it now of $15.99. And then the last thing that I have is a pair of Brighton sunglasses. I paid $5 for these at a yard sale, and they sold for $49.99. So that's everything for this cha-ching. I actually went 2 over because I wanted to go through all of the corsages and not like end on one and then start my next cha-ching at another one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You'll have to let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you next time.